My fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws in apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. But oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires, like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert, the nimble spirits of mirth. Turn melancholy forth to funerals, for the pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love, doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegis. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, complaining against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. My gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, bracelets of thy hair, rings, gods, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And my gracious duke, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god, one that composed your beauties, yea, and to whom you're just but a form in wax. By him imprinted or within his power, to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes than with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I may bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case, if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, examine your youth, and know of your blood. For if you not yield to your father's choice, you shall endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mute, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns at the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that sow their master's blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But the earthlier happy is the rose distilled. They that which withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord. Ere I will yield my virgin patent unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take the time to pause, and, by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me, for everlasting bond of fellowship, either prepare to die, for disobedience of your father's will, or be wed to Demetrius, as he would, for under Diana's altar, for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall run to him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked as Demetrius's, which is more than all these boasts can be. I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I've heard so much, and with Demetrius having spoken thereof, my mind being overfull of self-affairs, I did lose it. But come, Demetrius, and come, Aegeus. I have some private schooling for you both. As for you, fair Hermia, look arm yourself. To fit your father's fancy, or may the law of Athens yield you up, which by no means we may extenuate. To death or to vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business, and confer with you about something that nearly concerns yourselves.
Duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
I me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or miscraft in respective years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or it stood upon the choice of friends,
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
or if there were sympathy in choice. War, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night, that in his spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and here a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up, so quick, bright things never come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. So let us teach our trial patience, as it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May. There I will see you, my love.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee, by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men have broke, in number more than ever women spoke, in that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena. Whither away?
Call you me fair? But fair again unsay, Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair, your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue's sweet air more tunable than a lark to a shepherd's ear, when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, oh, were favors so, yours I would catch, fair Hermia. Ere I go, my ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort, he no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helena, to your minds we well unfold, a time when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl and bladed grass, time when lovers' flights doth still conceal. Through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, and thence from Athens turn away our eyes to seek new friends in stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us. Good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow deep midnight.
Helena, adieu. As you want him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through Athens, I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eye, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. And nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled as waggish boys in a game themselves forswear. So the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eye, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I am thanked, it is a dear expense. But here in me nigh to enrich my pain, to have a sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
You are best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is a scroll of every man's name, which is thought fit through all Athens to plan our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, tell us the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and she'll grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Here, Peter Quince, name what part I am for and proceed.
Bottom, you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover? Or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
That will lack some tears in the true performance of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will condole it in some manner. I will move storm. To the rest, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I can play Urkel rarely, or a part of Caracadon, to make all split. The raging rock and shivering shock shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' star shall shine from far, and make a large foolish fate. This was lofty. Now name the rest of the players. It's for your tyrant's vein, Urkel's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellowsman. Here, Pyramus. Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming in.
That's all one.
You shall play it in the mass.
And you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face, and let me say Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe! Oh,
No. You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Prince.
Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You must play Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you the lion's part. And here I hope is a play fitting.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
We do it extemper, for it is nothing but roaring.
And I may play the lion too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will have you say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
Then you should do it too terribly that you would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
That would be enough to hang us all, every mother's son.
I grant you, friend, if you should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice too. I will roar you as gently as any singing dove. I will roar you, and for any nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in a summer's day, a most lovely, gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. Ooh, what beard would I best play it in?
Why, what you will.
Well, I could discourse it in your straw-colored beard, your orange tonneau beard, your purple and green beard, or your French color crown, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts. And I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood a mile without the city. For if we meet in the town, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of properties such as our play wants. I pray you, fail me not.
We will meet, and there we shall rehearse most courageously and obscenely. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough! Hold the cut bowstrings!
We do wander everywhere,
Swifter than the moon's sphere.
and we serve the fairy queen.
To dew her orbs upon the green.
Cowslips tall her pensioners be,
In their gold-coat spots, you see.
those be rubies, fairy favors.
In those freckles live their saviors.
We must go seek some dewdrops here.
And hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear.
Farewell, thou love of spirits, we'll be gone.
Our queen and all our elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon will have the child, knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either we mistake your shape in making quite,
Or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite.
called Robin Goodfellow, are not you he?
That frights the maidens of the villagery.
Skim milk and sometimes labor in corn,
And bootless make the breathless housewife churn.
and sometime make a drink to bear no barm.
Mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm.
Those that hobgoblin call human sweet pop.
You do their work, and they shall have good luck.
Are not you he?
Thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, while I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, and in likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt telling the saddest tale. Sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me, and I slip from her bum, and down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth, and knees, and swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairies, here comes Oberon, and here our mistress, would that he were gone!
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bedded company.
Tarry, rash wanton! Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast fled the fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steep of India? Or, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon? Your buckskin mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, bless at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since midsummer spring met we on hill, dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or the beach margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But thy, with thy brawls, hast disturbed our sport, and therefore the winds, piping to us as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, have made every pelting river so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. Therefore the moon, the governess of all floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air where rheumatic diseases do abound. The seasons change. The hoary-headed frosts fall in the lap of the crimson rose, and on old time's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the chilling autumn, the angry winter, change their wonted liveries, but the maize world, by their increase, knows not which is which. And this progeny of evil comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies on you. Why should Titania cross for Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of mine. His mother was a votaress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air full oft has she gossiped by my side and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. And we have laughed to see their sails conceive and grow big-bellied in the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait, following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as if from a long voyage, rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake, I do rear up her boy, and for her sake, I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently go with us and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare you your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. I shall chide downright if we longer stay.
Well, go thy ways! Thou shalt not from this grove until I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest when I once last sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back, uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and several stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a vessel thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votaress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy free. But marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make all man or woman dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing that she waking looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love, and dare I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb. I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay and the other slayeth me. You told me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or do I not, in the plainest truth, tell you, I do not, nor cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me even as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much. To leave this city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not? To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night. And nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
Then I will run from thee and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not say thy questions, let me go. Or, if thou follow, do not believe, for I will do thee mischief in the wood.
I in the temple, in the town, in the field you do me mischief. Find Demetrius. Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme grows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. An Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond of her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you fain with wandering in the wood, and to speak truth, I've forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I, upon this bank, will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further up yet, do not lie so near.
Oh, sweet, take the sense of my innocence. I mean, my heart into yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchanged with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then, lying by her side, no better me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant. And good night, sweet friend. Thy love never altered till thy sweet life end.
Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I, and end life when I in loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep, give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound, on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie next to this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy power, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, so my eyes are more oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling lass of mine made me compare with Hermia's Spirion? But who is here? Lysander? On the ground dead? Or asleep, I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through the fire I will for thy sweet sake. Fair Helen, nature's shoes are. Through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, bitter word, is that vile name to perish on my sword?
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. And be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes with her I've spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed. Reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season. So I, being young, till now not ripe to reason, touching now the point of human skill. Reason becomes a marshal to my will, leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love stories written in love's richest books.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye? But you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you a lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused, should of another, therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there. Never mayest thou come Lysander near, for as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, are hated but the most they did deceive. So thou, my surfeit and my heresy, all be hated but the most of me. To all your powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander, help me! Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast! Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here! Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent eat my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander, Lord! What, gone? Out of hearing?
No sound, no word. Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. I swoon almost with fear. No, then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I will find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, pat. And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot should be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this play of Pyramus and Thisbe which will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our lacking a perilous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let it seem to say that we shall do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed, and that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No. Make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in God shield us. A lion among the ladies is a most dreadful thing. For there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living. And we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and have his face must show through the lion's neck. And he must say thus to the same effect, ladies, or fair ladies, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, twere a pity upon my life. No, I am a man as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But then there's 2 hard things. That is, to bring the moonlight into the great chamber, for, as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe did meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine the night we play our play?
A calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why, then you may leave the casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in through the casement.
Aye. Or else, one must come in with a lantern and a bush of thorns, and say he comes to present or disfigure the person of moonshine.
Nope.
Then there is another hard thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for, says the story, Pyramus and Thisbe did talk through the chink of a wall.
You will never be able to bring in a wall. What sayest you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall, and let him have some plaster, some loam, or some rough cast about him, to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, that it may be the cranny to which Pyramus and Thisbe shall whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so every man according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What? A play, toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see the cause.
Pyramus, begin. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors. Odors.
Odor savor sweet, you hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Marry, must you? For he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant pride. Most frisky juvenile and most lovely Jew. Oh, as true as horse, and yet would never tire. I meet thee, Pyramus, at Tinny's noon.
Ninnis tomb! You must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tired.
Oh, as true as horse, that yet would never tire.
If I were fair, think me I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange, we are haunted! Pray, masters! Fly, masters! Help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like hound, horse, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? Oh, there's a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an accent of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom. Thou art translated.
Oh, I see their knavery. They used to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing, so that they shall know that I am not afraid. The usual cock so black of you, with orange tawny bill. The thrush so with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flower?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain cuckoo gray, whose nose full many a man doth mark, and dare not answer. For indeed, who would say he would so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though a cry cuckoo never show?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored to thy notes, so is mine eye enthralled by thy shape. And thy virtue's force, perforce, doth move me, on the first view, to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, my lady, you would have little reason for that. And yet, to tell the truth, love and reason keep little company together nowadays. The more the pity that some honest neighbors do not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of these woods, I would have enough for mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so, and thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready? And I. And I. And I.
Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humblebees, and for night tapers, crop their waxen thighs, and light them with the glowworm's eyes. For my love to bend arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal!
Hail!
Hail! Hail!
I pray your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I desire you have more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with thee. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peace Blossom.
I pray you, commend me to Mr. Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. I desire you have more acquaintance too. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard Seed.
Oh, good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your family. I promise you, your kindred hath made mine eyes water. Ere now, I desire your more acquaintance too.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my love's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then, what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest, thick-skinned of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed on his head. So at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, filled with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet lashed the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too. And the Athenian woman by his side, so that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke you him who loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I'll as soon believe that this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep in, so displease her brother's noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart by your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus' glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Ow, dog! Ow, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience! Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth, be never numbered among men. Oh, once, tell true even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passions on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's death, nor is he dead for aught I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what would I get therefore?
A privilege, never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce fame. Hence, therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrows owe. when in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules, that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, see how I go, swifter than an arrow from the target.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside! The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And these things do best please me, that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should ruin scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I bow, I weep. And vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. Why should these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
There are none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves you, her, and not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect divine, to what may I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy, oh how ripe and show. Thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white high Taurus snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow. When thou holdst up thy hand, oh let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh spite! Oh hell! Now I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. You do not hate me, as I know you do. You must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so. To vow and swear and super praise my parts when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both are rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
Demetrius, you are unkind. Be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. With all good will, and with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena, to me bequeath, whom I do love, and well to tell my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will not. If ever I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is but a guest wise sojourn, and now to Helen it is home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Despair is not the faith one dost not know, lest to thy power thou abide, dear. Look to where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, then from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found, mine ear, I think, it brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, who would not let him bide? Fair Hermia, who more angles a night than all young Thyre owes in eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think. It cannot be. Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet in union and partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first, like colts in heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crest. And will you rend our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not, it seems you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me forsooth affection? But by your setting on, by your consent. What, though I not be so engraced as you, so hung up with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity, rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do persever, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. It's partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says, I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
Thou say so, withdraw and prove it too. Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away, you Ethiopian! No! He'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow. Come yet not, for you are a tame man. Go! Hang off, thou cat. Thou bird. Foul thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this? Sweet love.
Thy love, out, tawny tart, out, loathed medicine, hated potion heads.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I will not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her? Though I hate her, I will not harm her so.
What, can you do me no greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why, then you left me. Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest, shall I say?
I, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love. What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, if faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? By you counterfeit! You puppet, you puppet! Why so? I badly coaxed the game. Now I have perceived she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her high pursuit, she
And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that I can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You may perhaps think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him, but he hath chinned me hence, and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, while I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, fair Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little, again, nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus or hindering knotgrass maid! You bead! You acorn!
You are too officious on her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone, speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never show thy little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest to see who's right, of thine or mine. His most in Helena.
Nay, I will go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though. Run away.
I am amazed. Know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou makest, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far am I glad it so did sort. In this their jangling, I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hide therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fogs, as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. And sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep with leaden legs, and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his sight, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall the lovers wend, in league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair to thee employ, I'll to my queen, and beg of her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy king, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder rises Aurora's harbinger.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester, the groves may tread, even to the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with blessed beams, the yellow golden sands, his salt green streams. But, notwithstanding, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, up and down. I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward? Art thou fled? Speak, in some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars? And wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou child, I'll whip thee with the rod he is defiled, that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and tears me on. When I come where he calls and he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I go faster, faster he did fly. Fall in my dark, uneven way. Come thou, gentle day. For if but once thou show me thy gray light, I will find Demetrius and revenge the spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wrote, thou runst before me, shifting every place, and dare not stand nor look me in the face? Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, thou mockest me, thou bidest here. If ever I thy face by daylight see, get thee gone. Faintness constraineth me to measure my length on this cold bed. My day's approach, look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, a long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east that I may back to Athens by daylight. From these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me away from mine own company.
Yet but three? Come, one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, dabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go, my legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. I've been shield, Lysander, bid me in a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known, every man shall take his home. In their waking shall be shown, Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his merry end, and all shall be well.
Scratch my head, Peach Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur Cobweb, gather your weapons in your hands and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action, good monsieur. Oh, and good monsieur, have a care the honey bag not break. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your niece, I pray you, leave your courtesy.
What is your will?
Nothing but to help Valerie Cobweb to scratch my head. I'm up to the barber, monsieur. For methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face, and as I am such a tender ass, if my hairs do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, my love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your dry oats. Methinks I have a desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy who shall seek the squirrel's hoard and bring thee new nuts.
I would rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But, I pray you, let none of your people disturb me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine, the honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for of meeting her late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors of this hateful fool. I did abrade her, and fall out with her, for she has hairy temples that had rounded with Corinth of fresh and fragrant flowers. And that same dew, which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty flower, its eyes like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland, and now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes, and, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, and he, awaking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair. First, I must release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud, or Cupid's power, hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions I have seen. You thought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off this head.
Now when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes do peep.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly. There shall the parents of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attendant mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, trip we after nightshade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, Philostrate, find out the forester, for now our observation is performed. And since we have devoured of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds, uncouple in the western valley. Let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, and mark the musical confusion of hounds in echo and conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flute, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dew-lapped like the Celian bulls. Slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, Each under each, a cry more tunable was never hollowed in Crete, Sparta, nor in Thessaly. But soft, what nymphs lie here?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. This Lysander, this Demetrius's, and Helena, old Nadon's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnities. But, speak, Aegis, is this not the day that Hermia shall give the answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen, awake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends! Saint Valentine is past! Begin these wood birds but to a couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up! I know you two are rival enemies. How come this gentle conquered in the world, where hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. I cannot truly say how I came here, but as I think, so it is. I came with Hermia. Hither our intent was to be gone from Athens where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough! Enough. My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head! They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius. Thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither into this wood. And I in fury followed them, and Helen fancy followed me. But my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love for Hermia melted as the snow. It seems to me now, as a remembrance of an idle god in my childhood, that I did dote upon. The faith and virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure in mine eye, is only Helen. To her, my lord, I was betrothed ere I saw Hermia. Yet in sickness, I did loathe this food. But as in health, I came to my natural taste. And now I wish it, love it, long for it, and forevermore be true.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear not. And Aegis, I will overbear your will. For in this temple, by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And since our mourning is now somewhat worn, our proposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast of great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
It seems these things are small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure we are awake? It seems that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us to the temple.
Why then, we are awake, and let us follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
And I will enter my next most fair pyramid. Oi! Hi-ho! Peter Quince. Salute the bellows mender. Now to Tinker. Starveling. Oh, God's my life. Stolen Hank and left me asleep. Oh, I've had a most rare vision. A vision packed with of man to say what my vision was. Methought I was. There's no man can say what. Methought I was and thought I had. Yeah, but man ain't but a packful if he go about to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand has not tasted, nor his tongue conceived, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I'll get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it before the Duke today. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I will sing it at Thisbe's death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not forward, then the play is marred. It goes not forward. Doth it?
Nay, there's not a man in all Athens who can discharge Pyramus but he.
He hath simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Aye, and he's the very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say a paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there are 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. Had our sport gone on, we had all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully bottom. Thus hath he lost 6 a day. During his life he could not have scaped 6 a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 a day and Pyramus are nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom! Oh, most courageous day, oh happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for I am no true Athenian if I tell you. I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. For the long and short of it is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let him that plays the lion not pare his nails, they will hang out the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onion nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt it but to hear them say that it is a sweet comedy. Enough! No more words! Away! Go away!
My Theseus, that these lovers speak of?
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends.
But all the story of the night told over, and all of their minds transfigured so together, more witnesses than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy, and may fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
Wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have, to wear away the 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What rebels are at hand? Is there no play, to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call, Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What masks, what music? How should we beguile the time, if not for some delight?
There is a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. We'll have none of that. That I have told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in the rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last to conquer. The thrice 3 muses mourning for their death of learning, late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, but not sorting with the nuptial ceremony. A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical. Tedious and brief. That is, hot ice and wondrous snow. How are we to find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious, for in all the play there is not 1 word apt or 1 player fitted. And tragical, my lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, that never have labored in their minds till now, and now toiled in their unbreathed memories with the same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No. No, my lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing, nothing in the world unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss, when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in.
I live not to hear wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall hear no such thing.
She says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we, to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have proposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes. I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accents and fears, and, in conclusion, dumbly have broken off without paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of the silence yet I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty, in the least speak most in my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will, that you should think we come not to offend, but with good will, to show our simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite, as minding to content you, all for your delight. We are not here, that here you should repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you should know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord, it is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disorder. Who's next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauty's lady Thisbe is certain. This man, with lime and rough cast, doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's cheeks, poor souls, they are content to whisper. This man, with lanthorn dog and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine, for, if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, did trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion, vile with bloody mouth, did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat, with bloody blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tearing in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may, while many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it a crannied hole, or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often very secretly. This roam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am that same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, night, whichever art, when day is night not. Oh, night, with you so black. Oh, night, alack, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, wall, oh sweet, oh lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with my eyes. Think, courage, wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what's the eye? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's due, and she is to enter now, and I may spy her through the chink. Yonder she comes. You will see, it will fall pad just as I told you.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with wine, and hand up in thee.
I see a voice, now alive to the chink, to see and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Chink. Thisbe!
My love art thou, my love I think.
Think what thou wilt, I am thy lover's grace, and like a limander am I trusty still.
And I like Helen the fates me kill.
Not Shafulus to Procrus was so true.
As Shafulus to Procrus I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole in this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou in any tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
And so, I, Wall, my part being discharged so, and being done, thus away, Wall doth go.
Now is the mural down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff I ever heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination may amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse than they have themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now, perchance, both quake and tremble when lion, rough and wildest rage doth roar. Then know that I, one snug the joiner, am a lion's fell, nor else no lion stand. For if as lion should come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best of beasts that I ever heard, my lord.
The lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose cannot carry the fox. So leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horn
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and the horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon I do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is the man in the moon?
He dares not come there, for you see, the candle is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon, would he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. And in all courtesy, and in all reason, we shall stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to tell you is the lantern is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence! Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's too. Where is my love?
Roar!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And so the lion vanished.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy golden gracious glittering beams, I hope to take of truth Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spite, But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Aye, do you see it? How can it be? Thy mantle good. What? Stained with blood. Approach, ye fury fell. O fate's tongue come, cut thread and thrum. Quell, crush, conclude, and quell.
The passion and the death of a dear friend would go to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, which is... No. Which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound. Out, sword and wound in the pap of Pyramus. Aye, that left pap, where the heart doth hop. Thus die I, thus. Now I am dead. Now I am fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, news thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die! 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 Die!
No die but an ass, for he is but one.
Less of an ass, for he is dead. He's nothing.
True, and with the help of a surgeon, he may yet recover and prove an ass.
But how chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote will form the balance. Which Pyramus, which Thisbe? He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
She has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means fidelity.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my love? Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak. Quiet, dead, dead, attune. Must cover thy sweet nose. These cherry lips, these yellow cowslip cheeks, are gone, are gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me. With hands as pale as milk, lay them in gore, since you have shore. His shears his thread of silk, tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast improve. And thus, friends, Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
I and Wall too.
No, the wall is down to the part of their father. Will it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a burgomaster dance between two of our company?
No epilogue, pray you. Your play needs no excuse. Never excuse from the players who are all dead. There need none to be blamed. Mary, if Pyramus were to hang himself with Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it was, and so very notably discharged. But come your burgomaster, and leave your epilogue alone. in the fortnight told of our solemnity, in nightly revels and new jollity.
Now it is the time of night, that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite, in the churchway paths to glide, and we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, in the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now our frolic, not a mouse, shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust out from the door.
Through the house give glimmering light by the dead and drowsy fire. Every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty, after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand, with fairy grace, we shall sing and bless this place.
Until the break of day, through the house each fairy stray, to the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue they create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true and loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, hair lip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as are despised in nativity shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace. With sweet peace, ever shall in safety rest, and the owner of it bless. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
Shadows have offended. Think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. With this weak and idle theme, no more yielding than a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call, so good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.